Imagine stepping onto an airplane for the first time. You are excited, but the moment the plane starts to take off, fear takes over. Your mind races. How do the wings maintain balance? What if the seatbelt doesn't save you in a crash? Then comes turbulence, and your heart stops for a second. You don't trust the pilot. In fact, a part of you wonders if he even knows what he's doing. You grip the seat, panic rising, and scream your way through the flight. But somehow, by God's grace, you land safely. A few days later, on your return flight, you are still uneasy, but not as much. You have been through it once and you realize it was not as bad as you thought. You try to put on a brave face, acting like you have done this 100 times. By the third flight, something changes. You actually enjoy the journey. And on the fourth, you are so at peace that you fall asleep. That's when you realize the sky is more peaceful than the earth. What does this experience teach us? Your first flight was terrifying because you were unfamiliar with it. You couldn't focus on your destination because you were too distracted by worry, analyzing every detail of the plane, questioning the process, imagining worst case scenarios. The more you focused on the plane itself, the more anxious you became. Isn't that exactly what happens in life? We pick apart every detail, overthink every situation, and let fear consume us. Our minds plan vivid pictures of the worst possibilities. It's natural to feel uneasy about something new, but when we continue to worry about the same thing over and over, we are not learning anything from our past experiences. How can you be at peace if you don't trust the pilot? There is no rest without trust. You are not flying this plane. You don't need to understand its mechanics. You don't have to be in control. God is the pilot of your life. He is leading you to your destination. Your job is to stay seated and follow His guidance. The only time you need to worry is if you are going against the flight rules, because the pilot is not responsible for what you choose to do against his instructions. Just like in an airplane, breaking the rules comes with consequences. And the most important rule? To love God with all your heart. The more you know Him, the more you trust Him. And the more you trust Him, the more you rest in Him without fear, without anxiety, without worrying about what's happening around you. Because you know it's not you, but God who is in control. So stop over analyzing, stop fearing, stop trying to take control of something that is not yours to control. Trust the pilot and enjoy the journey. Who is flying your plane? Trust God, He knows the way, and He is the way.